Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone to the September 1st meeting of Planning and Zoning. First item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from our last meeting. Any discussion or motion?
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes from last meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
No discussion? Call for vote. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, moving on, case file number 2022-02 AZ. This is a public hearing to consider approval of the request by Beaton Bow Homes as owner for annexation and original zoning of special dwelling district on 206.277 acres. Special dwelling district surface drainage on 57.461 acres and special dwelling district drill reservation on 4.082 acres on approximately 280.68 acre tract in sections 27, 28, Block 42, Township 1 South, Texas Pacific Railway Company survey. Property located southeast of the intersection of Northeast Loop 338 and US Highway 385. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. The applicant and owner of this property is Beaton Bow Homes, LLC. The tract is vacant and land use in the general area consists of commercial and residential development to the southwest with vacant land to the north and east. The purpose of the annexation and original zoning request is to incorporate 280.68 acres into the city of Odessa for residential development. With approximately 1,779 lots, surface drainage, and a drill site. The current area of the city limits is approximately 52 square miles. The total area of this site related to this request is approximately 280.68 acres, which puts the area of the request within the annexation status that allows a maximum annual annexation of 10% of the incorporated area of the municipality. The maximum of 10% per year may be carried over up to 30% if not used. The City of Odessa's comprehensive plan states that the city should strive for orderly city boundaries and utility service area. Annexing properties adjacent to the city limits would be considered logical boundary extensions of the city limits. Should the commission choose to approve this annexation request, a service plan for the proposed annexation has been prepared by staff in accordance with state law requirements. The service plan requires commission adoption and accompany the annexation recommendation forwarded to City Council. Original zoning of the special dwelling district on 206.277 acres, special dwelling district surface drainage on 61.543 acres, and special district drill reservation on 4.082 acres are also being requested for the site. This requested original zoning is compatible with the adjacent land uses for each site and not contrary to the land use plan for the city. 2 neighborhood pocket parks and a hike and bike trail are incorporated into the surface drainage area proposed for the development. Funding is for the proposed parks and activity areas will be facilitated through a public improvement district associated with this development. Site plan approval to establish building standards will be required prior to development of the property. Based on the preceding analysis, the planning staff endorses the annexation request and recommends approval of the original zoning request for the property. With that, staff is available to answer any questions.
Are there any questions? Outstanding.
So they're putting the parks in or not?
They're proposing the pocket parks and the hike and bike trail
Okay.
To be paid for with a
with
bid which
using the,
from the neighborhood?
yes.
Okay. Any other questions of staff? Okay, thank you. I would note that this is a public hearing. If there's anyone here today to speak in favor of an opposition to the annexation proposal, please come forward. If you give us your name when you get to the podium.
Good afternoon. My name is Chris Berry. I reside at 7207 91st Street in Lubbock, Texas. Thanks for considering our annexation. I did want to clarify one thing. Right now at the time, there's not any hike and bike trails, and we are working on 4 park areas. So 3 of those will be a pocket park, which is a typical residential site, 50 by 115-ish. And then we'll have 1 area, approximately 1 acre, somewhere in the community for parks. So there'll be 4 park totals. And we will construct all the amenities ourselves. We will pay for all our amenities ourselves. And then the only thing that the PID is really proposed to do is just carry the maintenance of those parks. So I just want to make that clarification. And we're working on our design. We met with city staff on our concept plan this morning. So we got some things to go figure out, and we'll come back with a site plan hopefully by the time it gets to city council. So be happy to answer any questions. Okay.
So hike and bike is off, but still 4 parks.
I don't know where the hike and bike trail came in, but 4 parks, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Who can use the 4 parks?
They'll So from a PID perspective, it's technically a city park. So the general public should be allowed. What that PID does is instead of taxing the general public, it taxes just the people in the area, because that's generally who uses those parks. So the people encompassed in this boundary will be the ones that will pay for the maintenance of the park and the general users of the park.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone else in the audience today to speak in favor of or in opposition to the annexation? Seeing no one come forward or speaking up this time, I'll close the public part, turn to the commission for discussion or a motion.
I make a motion, we accept the case 20022-2 AZ as
Okay.
is.
Motion for approval, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign? Okay. All right, let's go to case file number 2022-09Z. This is a public hearing to consider approval of the rezoning request by Wiley and Fredna Brown Family Partnership Ltd. Owner, LCA agent for planned development retail or zoning on a 1.74 acre tract of land in Section 4, Block 41, T2S, TNP Railway Company Survey. Properties south of the intersection of Rocking L Ranch Road and P Bar Ranch Road. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. The site is currently zoned planned development single family 1 and is vacant. Land uses in the area consist of single family residential development to the north and vacant land to the east, west, and south. Wiley and Fredna Brown Family Partnership, owner LCA agent, and the purpose of the request is to create 1 lot for retail development. At your previous commission meeting, you approved a zoning change for this parcel. Using the city's identified priorities contained in the City of Odessa's comprehensive plan to evaluate zoning amendments, the following comments are offered. This proposed rezone request is not out of line with the established land use in the general area or land use plan for the City of Odessa's comprehensive plan. The proposed zoning would not have a negative impact on this site or surrounding properties. The proposed planned development retail is not out of line with the development in the area. The proposed zoning district will be abutting future single-family residential development, and the owners and consultant are currently working with the city to address development along the south of P-Bar Ranch Road with consideration to drill reservation sites. The rezone will facilitate a reasonable transition between land uses in the area. Based on the preceding analysis, staff recommends approval of the request. Staff can answer any questions you might have at this time.
Okay, have any questions? Okay, thank you. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience today who wishes to speak in favor of or in opposition to? See, John, you very good. Okay. If there's no one else, then I'll close public discussion, turn to the commission. Look for a motion or discussion.
I will make a motion to accept case file number 2022-09-Z as presented.
And have a second on that?
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor, let it be by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Okay, going now to case file 2022-43P, a public hearing to consider approval of LECO Edition 6 filing, being a replat of Lot 13, Block 1. LECO Edition first filing in lots 3, 4, and 7, Block 1. LECO Edition first filing. This property is located southwest of the intersection of East Ridge Road and Billy Hext Road. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. The site is currently zoned retail and is vacant. Land use to the north is retail and with some vacant land. Land use to the east is retail, and land use to the south and west is vacant land. The applicants are Lico Energy Investments, Inc., owners LCA Consultant, and the purpose of the plat is to create one lot for development and ownership purposes. A platting conference was held August the 23rd with the applicant's consultant and staff present. Commission action is requested on the following items. That East Ridge Road on the plat be relabeled to East Ridge, two separate words, Road per Ector County 911, and that a blanket refuse collection easement be required. With that, staff recommends approval and can answer any questions that you might have.
Surprised y'all didn't make us do East Ridge Road.
East.
By the 911.
Well, and I will note on the paperwork, the first paragraph, it mentions Eagle Ridge Road. It
Yeah.
should be East Ridge.
Thank you, I'll make that correction.
Any other questions of staff? Again, I want to note this is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address this matter?
We're happy about it.
Okay, all right. Then I close the public hearing, turn to the commission, ask for discussion or motion.
I'll make a motion to approve case file 2022-43-P as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion second. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Same sign. Okay, moving on, case file 2022-45P. This property is in the ETJ. This is a public hearing to consider approval of the replat of lots 2 through 11 and a 0.161 acre alley right-of-way tract out of Block 17 Airway Acres subdivision. Properties northwest of the intersection of North County Road West and West 81st Street. Yes, ma'am. All right.
Thank you. The site is within the city of Odessa, ETJ, does not have a zoning designation and is currently occupied by light industrial development. Land use in the area consists of industrial development to the northeast, south, and west. The applicant is Taylor Odessa Holdings LLC, Cross Texas Land Services Incorporated's agent, and the purpose of the plat is to create 3 lots, approximately 1 acre to 2.916 acres, for ownership purposes, vacate the alley, and dedicate utility easement. Commission action is required on the following items. Submit documentation from Commissioner's Court on alley abandonment, which has been submitted. Airway Acres only has 1 GPS control point and it needs 2, according to GIS. 81st Street on the plat is actually West 81st Street. That's a recommendation by 911 Ector County. Access to FM 1882 County Road West will have to be coordinated through TxDOT. Recommended driveway spacing from the current access management standards is 425 feet. Development of these sites should take access into consideration, and that's a recommendation by TxDOT. And I'm here for any questions.
Okay, are there any questions? Okay, if there are no questions, then I will close the public portion of the hearing and ask if there is any discussion or a motion.
Then I'll make a motion that we accept case number 2022-45-P as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Please say aye. Okay, approves. We go to case file number 2022-46P. This property is also in the extraterritorial jurisdiction. This is a public hearing to consider approval of the replat of West Lake Edition, second filing, being a replat of Lot 13, Block 8, West Lake Edition. Properties northwest of the intersection of North Knox Avenue and West 42nd Street. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. The site is within the city of Odessa, ETJ, does not have a zoning designation, and is currently occupied by residential development and vacant land. Land use in the area consists of industrial and residential development to the north, residential development to the east, commercial and residential development to the south and west. The applicant is Gregorio Martinez, owner, Maverick Engineering Consultant, and the purpose of the plat is to create 3 lots of approximately 0.656 acres to 0.980 acres for ownership purposes. Comments were sent to the consultant for review on August 23rd, 2022. Commission action is requested on the following items. Lots are too small for water well and septic. All 3 lots must connect to E-Cut water and disconnect from any water wells, and that's by Public Works. Add a private utility easement to serve lot 14 and 14 with water, and that's from Public Works. Add ECUD signature block, also recommendation from Public Works. Revise county signature blocks and use Public Works instead of judge, recommendation by Public Works. Add City of Odessa signature blocks, lots should be numbered 14, 15, and 16, water wells. No, and that's by Public Works. Number 7 is no water line in the alley, and that's by ECUD. Add 30 feet water line easement east of lot 15, and add water lines on North Knox Avenue and West 42nd Street. Those are recommendations by ECUD. I'm here for any questions.
So how big are the lots gonna be?
The lots were gonna be, according to them, approximately 0.656 acres to.
They'll be a little under a half acre, and with that size, they will have to connect to, ECUD water line. That's why we have all the conditions on there,
Okay.
how to put in those water lines to connect to it. And that will have to occur prior to, or, prior to.
Final approval?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Utility districts in,
Excuse me?
the utility district, has approved or will approve the
Yes.
joinders, so no issue there.
Right,
It's,
that would be,
it's just a matter of getting the water lines.
right, that would be their purview to do that. Yes, sir.
Okay. Another question on number 6, the numbering should be 14, 15, 16, water well, is water well gonna be part of that legal? You know,
Can't be water well. Under an acre.
the
No,
water well's not
that's
gonna appear on the
just-
plat.
Just a carryover.
Just
Commissioner.
right.
Just 14, 15, 16.
When I do title exams, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, okay,
Yeah.
what's that
Sorry.
legal, really gonna be? Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, now this is also a public hearing. So does anybody else, want to speak in favor of or in opposition? Anybody just want to talk? Okay, all right, then I'm gonna close the public hearing. Charter the commission, is there any discussion or a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve case file 2022-46-P as presented.
I think this is the most you've ever moved. All right, is there a second?
Second.
Motion second, all in favor? Say
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Any other business?
No further.
I did want to, introduce
Yes.
Shayna Torres. She's our
Hi.
planning tech.
All right,
Very nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
all right. All right.
The real test, Renee, is if she comes back for the next.
That's right, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Speed it up.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go, okay. Well, I wondered. Oh, you,
Hustle up, we'll see how.
why both jumping in there?
Got things to do.
There you are.